So identities are something that, for me and for other people, might be ever changing, or they might be something that we carry with us for the rest of our lives. So right now in my life, I identify as female. I am probably on the end of the spectrum where it's a little more femme than masc, but I'm not 100% either or. And I also identify as pansexual. These two things have kind of worked together, and of course they've also worked in opposition with each other. I realize that I pass in society, so a lot of people assume that I'm straight. When I first came out, there was a lot of confusion from other people because they didn't understand how someone who fit their ideas of straight was not. My mom is from the South. She's very Southern. She thinks we need to wear makeup to go to the mailbox. She really imposed these ideas on me, and I really believed her for a long time, and I agreed with her. So throughout high school, I never wore sweatpants. I always had my makeup done. I was always dressed nice. Like, I had one day of the week where I could wear a t-shirt, but even then I was still wearing a face full of makeup and had my hair done. So especially when I graduated and now that I'm in college for a couple of years, it's been something that I've had to deal with because I thought I was ugly because I didn't want to wear makeup. I sometimes felt pretty without makeup, and I didn't fit these ideas that my mom had planned out for me. And I think that it's not only my mom, I think it's society that has told her that to be female means that you have to have your hair done and you have to have your makeup on and you have to fit all of these really unnecessary and unattainable standards of what it means to be female. I, in high school, almost acted as if femininity was something that you put on every day, and that it wasn't something that you just were. I also competed in pageants growing up, and I still kind of am, and when you're in the pageant community, there is a strict set of guidelines that you have to be in, that you have to follow. And while they're definitely not like printed on a piece of paper and handed to you, you still know what they are. And as I'm getting older and as I'm finding those things that I'm passionate about, I'm realizing that a lot of them completely go the opposite way from pageantry. I'm at this fork in the road where I can either do pageants and follow that part of my life, follow that interest, or I can go this other route, taking a stance on these issues that the pageant community would frown upon. I'm kind of toying with the idea of maybe doing both and doing pageants, but also using that as my platform to speak out against these things that I feel passionately about. When I started this class, I thought that I was super accepting and I knew everything I needed to know, but through simple things such as learning vocab or hearing other people's stories, and not just on the topics that I'm interested in automatically, but expanding and learning about all kind of minority groups, I've really, really become accepting, and I've just gained a whole new insight that I had no idea that I could have even had before. So through this class, I've definitely widened my horizons. I think that if I continue to do women's marches or different protests and rallies, and if I really listen to what minority groups are saying, I'm going to recognize that I always have room to grow, and that there's always new vocabulary that I can learn, and there's always new tactics of being a more accepting, inclusive, and safe place for others.